You are watching coverage of the Fnatic Play Open Tournament, cast by myself, Totalbiscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft right here. Strelok in the red trunks, playing Terran here on the jungle basin, versus his opponent, Cloud, also playing Terran, and he's in the blue trunks. This is the Fnatic MSI $3,000 play open, as I recall. Yes, a swanky laptop on the line, as well as a bunch of cash prizes. We have seen upsets abound, folks. Probably the only really well-known player that is currently in the semi-finals is Show. TLO, gone. Huck, gone. White Raw, gone. We've got Strelok, who, again, is a fantastic player, but not necessarily as well-known as those dudes. And then we have Cloud, who, again, not an especially well-known player. I do know the name, certainly, but, you know, we're talking about, like, A-list names in terms of who we're actually talking about here. You know, everyone knows who Huck is, everyone knows who White Raw is. If you ask everyone who Strelok and Cloud are, and Inzo, maybe not. So this is great. You know, I love seeing this in tournaments. I really do. Like, oh, look, the favorites are getting knocked out. This is good. Competition and variety is good for the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in the last game, unfortunately didn't get voted, so I'm going to have to recast that. Strelok demonstrated what I would like to call the giant squid approach, which is he has many tentacles. Imagine Cloud's selection of bases as a ship, you know, a tall ship of the line, sailing proudly across the seas into stormy weather. Strelok is the giant frickin' squid. You know, he's the Kraken, not the Graken, he's the Kraken. Multi-limbed monstrosity, attacking from a variety of different angles, shaking the ship back and forth. You hear the splintering of timber, the screaming of the panicked crew. That is exactly what was happening when Strelok attacked from 5 million angles at once with his amazing siege tank drop play. It was great, and Cloud just didn't know how to handle that. You know, it was almost identical build, and I think Cloud is maybe regretting saying he's stealing builds much, when it turns out that it would seem Strelok can use his build a little bit better than Cloud can. That's problematic for Cloud, and Cloud might have to diversify here, because we did see that Strelok was pretty much dominant in that. Cloud didn't even get a chance to attack at any point during that entire game. Strelok just poured on the pressure all the time, and it's something that Cloud is going to have to deal with, otherwise he's going to be knocked straight out of this tournament, because I don't expect Strelok to suddenly get worse over the course of the next 20 or so minutes. It's not going to happen. Double gas approach right now for Strelok. Cloud, single gas, straight into factory. Now, Cloud getting his factory a little bit quicker than his opponent. Interesting. Double gas approach for Strelok, of course, indicates a wide variety of things, including the very real possibility of gas-heavy units. I am shocked by this revelation! Truly amazing analysis. This is why you don't ask for analysis from me, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a very good idea. Okay, what do we have? Well, fast expansion for both is extremely likely. Cloud's just hanging around. He does have the money for it. Factory is coming up for him. There you go. Yep, he is going to expand very rapidly. His opponent, Strelok, however, not bothering with it so much. Building the factory. He's a little bit behind in terms of the factory, but he's way ahead in terms of his gas. You know, he's pumped that out very well. Double Nope, starport. I thought, hey, double factory approach? No, starport, of course, coming up for Cloud right here. And we'll see whether or not Strelok decides to match with that. Again, I assume Strelok's going to try and do the same thing, because it worked so very well. Will it work as well on this map? Yeah, probably. Loads of really delicious cliffs to do it on. There's the expansion coming up for Cloud. Cloud tries to gain that early economic advantage. He'll be able to do it, no question. That's what he's very good at. His economy is absolutely fantastic. There you go. There's the starport. Tech Lab coming up right here, which again could indicate Banshees. Considering the amount of gas he got early, very real possibility of Banshees. But doesn't necessarily mean that. You know, he could just then be building the starport and then, of course, going for the siege tank drop play that we saw before. But there you go. There's the... No. Cloud going Banshees. Are we gonna? We're not going to see a Banshee match, are we? There's a possibility. There you go. So Strelok has the gas. What is he spending it on? That's what I want to know right now. We'll find out in a few seconds. Cloaking upgrade is coming up immediately. Round the side. There we go. There's the lockdown. Banshees. Okay, it's a Banshee war. They're going to meet in the middle and suddenly realize they can't shoot each other and then just hang around looking very sorry for themselves. That's what I would say. Oh, dear. Big transfer down the bottom right there. Pretty much equal in terms of the economy. Both going Banshees. Cloak and Banshee will be up way earlier. Cloaking Field has a full sort of 35-second lead for Cloud on Strelok. Strelok's going to have to deal with that. He doesn't have an engineering bay up, so that is going to be lethal. In terms of units on the ground, Strelok's got a few more Marines. Whether or not he has enough to deal with a Banshee attack, especially cloaked, I'm not entirely convinced. And bear in mind, he now has to spread out and defend both of these expansions. Banshee harassment on this map is wonderful, because you usually expect your opponent to build an expansion really quickly. And of course, that's exactly what happens. So you can get your Banshee in there and do big damage. Stim upgrade coming up for Cloud. Stim upgrade coming up for Strelok, a little bit behind on that nonetheless. This will be an interesting swap up. They actually saw each other as well. It's like, hi guys, how you doing? Here we go, mineral line harassment coming in right here. Strelok's going to lose pretty much everything here, unless he's able to get his Marines in. He's already lost 5 SCVs, 6 SCVs. There's the cloak, forcing a scan right there. Cloud with great micromanagement. Raven coming up for both. No big surprise there. Strelok's still not in the base of his opponent. That is really problematic. 9 kills, 10 kills, 11 kills for that Banshee. This is critical. No question about that. Cloud's economy now rolling. Here's the counter-attack, folks. Strelok, he's going to get gunned down. Strelok's going to micromanage that away. Oh, my... Oh, it's so very, very close there. Badly injured, but it's good. It's very, very good. Can he take the SCV out? Yes, he can. There's the repairs. Look, oh, multi-build. Multi-build approach. Nicely done there, and it's up, and the Raven is out. So, that Banshee is still up, folks. There's the Raven. Deploying that freaking turret, why not? Hey, does the job, why not? But the economic damage done to Strelok right now cannot be over or indeed understated one way or the other. It can be stated exactly what it means to. It is a wizard. And they're back. Yes, they are. Strelok took 7 kills. Cloud took 13. Cloud disabled an entire expansion, whereas Strelok only did minor damage to a mineral line. Ooh, Cloud, fancy stuff. Supply depot upgrade going up right there. Double engineering bay approach. Oh, yes, we are definitely going heavy on the ground, aren't we? No question about that. And the armory coming up as well. Here's the thing that if I was Strelok, I would be absolutely dreading. I would be dreading allowing Cloud to really roll forward heavily on his economy. Compensation coming in here by Strelok, just dumping down those mules, but he's a full 6 harvesters behind. He has to swap around, folks. Siege tanks on the way. Strelok reverting back to what he knows won him the game last time. And you know what? It's a good bet. It's a good map forward as well. A lot of cliffs. Cloud's going to be in a lot of trouble if he decides to throw Marines and Marauders into the teeth of those tanks. 12 Marines out. What's he got building? Upgrades, 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 folks. Marine, infantry, armor, infantry weapon, Marine shield. Pretty much everything you possibly imagine. Mega reactors going up right here. That is an interesting play. And Cloud, once again, we've seen it before, going for the factory. Strelok does have a Viking up in the air, so he could potentially kill that if he scouts it. He's actually got a patrol going on right there, which is a very smart move. That factory is probably not going to be shot down before it manages to scout the expansion, but there's nothing really of value there anyway. Basically, these dudes are building pretty much everything. You see right now, unit count, you've got the single Raven out to neutralize that Banshee because we saw how much damage it was able to do. Another expansion coming up for Strelok, and mega barracks coming up as well for Strelok, but by the looks of it, maybe a little bit heavier into Marauders, and siege tanks on the way. No siege tanks of any description coming out for Cloud, which will be absolutely critical. There we go, once again with the Banshee, scanned out this time, and it will die, folks, it will die. Finally, that heroic Banshee is taken out of the sky. Now, Cloud just sitting that there for the time being, and here's the drop coming in. 15 indeed. Yes, counting, not my strong point. There you go. 15 Marines coming in, and it is a vulnerable area. That single Viking will not be able to stop the drop, but it does take fire nonetheless because Cloud decided to wait around, and that's very problematic. Cloud now not only been scouted, but pushed away. Very nice play there by Strelok, proving that Patrol is actually a very useful talent to have. There you go. And what have we got? Concussive shells coming up for Cloud, so I would imagine heavier into Marauders. That would make sense. Strelok, though, is coming back from this. He really, really is. And he's got a good rollout coming on right here. A lot of Marines moving out, but no siege tanks. A very critical differentiation in those two forces. Strelok rolls it. He hating, folks. He hating. He's got a fire in his belly and a song in his heart. And possibly some kind of Viking drinking horn. I'm fairly sure they don't have that over in... where is Strelok from? Is it Ukraine, Russia? Whatever the case. It works. We're good. Okay. Banshee up to support as well. Hey, his is still alive. Might as well make use of it. People view those as early harassment units, but you know what? They can still provide good firepower in a tussle. And that's what's going to be happening. Cloud sees it coming, though. Oh, what do we got right here? There's... oh, ravens! Ravens! Nice and fancy there. Oh, you threw a raven away. Why would you do such a thing? In the meantime, there you go. Strelok with a good deployment, but nowhere near good enough. He has to evacuate. indeed might have been a deliberate ploy to distract Strelok, and Cloud was able to ram down the throat right there. Not good deployment, and once again, map control coming into play right here. Cloud was able to see what was coming and react accordingly. Nice reaction there by Cloud, and Strelok is now significantly behind in terms of his economy. Cloud ahead, no question about that. Has he taken his third? He hasn't yet. I know Strelok was looking for it. Hasn't done anything with it, though, because he can't risk it. Now Cloud, massive, massive numbers of Medivacs, Marines and Marauders. He is rolling what he loves to roll, and do we have enough siege tanks deployed? That's going to be dangerous. If he runs into that, that's a huge amount of firepower that can be brought down on the heads of those, but he's not going to do that, of course. He's going to look for a drop instead, and that single Viking might not be enough. He has the deployment of the missile turret. Missile turrets are up, and the Vikings are up right there, but the deployment raining down troops as we go, avoiding the siege tank line entirely. A very smart move there by Cloud, and this could be potentially devastating. Drop in the back right there. There you go, huge amounts of damage. Oh, wow, SCV's driven all the way away, and it's predictable. That expansion is toast, folks, and Strelok being forced to redeploy, and Cloud will take advantage of that. He will. Look at the stim. There you go. He can ram himself straight in there. That's what he's looking for right there. Deployment is up, though. There you go. The Medivacs have been taken out. There's no way out of this alive, unfortunately. He takes the expansion. What the hell is that word? Economy is what we're looking for. Devastated. Strelok lost so very much there. Wow. Strelok really on the back foot now. And a safe second expansion for Cloud. Strelok forced back into his base, and he's not able to get the aggression on that he loves to do with those tanks. It was great play in the first game on Metalopolis, but he is in a bad way now. That third infantry weapon upgrade is coming up, as well as the armor upgrade and marine shield. They'll be able to take a pounding. They're very good at it. Cloud, ready for another attack. The wonderful thing about this particular assault strategy, so easy to put a force back together. Mega Marines coming in right here. Huge amounts of armor. 2 armor on the Marines, looking for the third gun upgrade, but we haven't got that quite yet. And once again, that offensive sensor tower, we see it there from Nama, very popular strategy, becoming much more popular than it was before. And it's good, because the placement, I believe, will at least give him the ability not only to see rollouts, but see exactly where Strelok is deployed. Strelok, on the other hand, has responded with a very large number of siege tanks, but I would be concerned about the fact that Cloud has map control right here. There's the scan. What does Strelok see? He sees it. Can he get the deployment out in time? Oh yeah, Cloud thinks he can. He's getting the hell out of there. Your offensive sensor tower, it's dead. Why? That is not the best line, though. He needs to get that line set up much better, because they're not all able to inflict damage. Strelok needs to push forward, take control of that expansion, and hopefully then start to push his opponent all the way back. It is a dangerous game he's playing, though, because Cloud has this ultra-mobile force against the very stationary force of Strelok, and it is being scanned. Cloud knows exactly where it is, and look at that. That's 59 Marines. That's what it looks like, folks. That's what at least 7 Medivacs looks like, and this is what a drop is going to look like, because he's... Oh, this is the problem with stationary forces. Look at that. We don't care, because we're going right into the smegging base. Look at that. This is going to be devastating. Strelok is going to be caught completely out of position. This might even be a base trading scenario. Rains him down from the skies, folks. Loses a few Medivacs, but we don't really care, because there are Marines and Marauders all the way over Strelok's base, and Strelok was caught completely out of position. Once again, his base is getting devastated. That expansion torn into tiny shreds. Strelok tries to push them away. Some siege tank firepower able to be inflicted right there. He does have 13 siege tanks. Strelok looks for the counterattack. This is a very desperate situation right now. Strelok is going to have to take this down. There's the Stim Marines right into the line. Can he get the raining death? He's looking for it. He tries to get it. He gets it. He loses a few siege tanks, but not a huge number of them. It's very good. Strelok continues with the aggression. In the meantime, however, Cloud looks to run the line. Can he do it? He can. Siege tanks taken out. Strelok has no defense right now. None whatsoever. Strelok's going to have to continue pushing and hope to get the base trade scenario right now. Try and push his way into the base, but I don't think that's going to work out for him. But totally honest, Strelok's deployment, no, look at that. That's what upgrades does, folks. 3 and 2. Those Marines did not stand a chance. Strelok in a really bad way now. Gonna lose his entire main base at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Does he have any siege tanks deployed? Looks to get the deployment right there and do the damage, but doesn't even get off 1 or indeed 2 shots. Strelok is all the way back now. Honestly, I've got to say that he really is in such a terrible way now. Siege tanks is really all he's got left, and if he gets caught out of position with that, that's going to be absolutely lethal. Looking for the deployment to try and annihilate Cloud's forces, but tech buildings ripped out from under the... Oh, wow. 4 siege tanks killed before they can even fire. That was the really powerful thing that Strelok actually has. Good game, ladies and gentlemen. Strelok gives it up, and it's 1 apiece in this best of 3 series.